Okay, my name is Jonas Freeman. I'm a mindfulness coach. I'm also a part of Conscious Business Community, one of the co-founders. And today we're here with Sayuri. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
How do I introduce you? Maybe that you're a raw food chef. You also educate a lot of people in how to cook healthy food and raw food.
Mm-hmm.
And you quite recently, like a year ago, or
1.5 years ago?
1.5 years ago, you started Sayuris, a raw food restaurant, a very busy and successful raw food restaurant in Ubud in Bali, where we are right now. And this is the space for education that we sit now, workshops and things. Yes. And we're going to do a little interview with her because we found her very inspiring. The playfulness and joy she has around this is really a different kind of story around how you can roll a business than what we might have as a myth around what business is around. So we would love to just show you on camera, put some spotlight on you. Yeah. And we just created a little collaboration. So what she wants to give her students that now learn something new, a new beautiful skill, and maybe they want to share this with the world, more healthy food, is to do it in a new way, not in the old way. So we don't create, for example, stress, pressure and those things. So that's why she brought in a Conscious Business Community and a little module in her trainings where we just share a different perspective on business. Okay. Anything else? Did I forget anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, just remind me if so. So, Sayuri, where do we begin? We chatted a little bit about money before and how that affects our relationships in business, or when we do relationships in general, you might say, and how also it has to do with our. It seems to be a direct mirror from our inner value, sense of value. Can you tell us some more about that? What is your experience of that?
Yeah, money is a little tricky things, but it can be used in both directions. When I was working as a raw food chef, and when I was working for a retreat, like for many years, before I opened the cafe, being a raw food chef and working for others was the main things. So I had to put my value every single time I work for others. And I learned so much. The value that I put is the value that the other would expect. And this value needs to be met. You can also offer your free service, but that will be what is expected from the others, in a way. In the beginning, when I was working, in the beginning of being raw food chef, I would say, I was kind of giving my service as a free exchange in yoga training, for example. I was offering like free service, and then at one point I felt, I have a little funny stress, and the feels, this, there was a point that I want to have more of the acknowledgement of all the effort and the value that I'm putting into. So I had to think about it, and I have to decide, how much I want to charge for my service. And there is many times that I had to struggle, and I had to find the point that I'm happy and they are happy. And that is not easy when you are independent, and then when you are giving service to others. I guess when you are the massage practitioner or any independent business, there is always that you have to put the value for your service.
You you have a good example of how that value is connected with what you receive? For example, if you would have a healing session, what was that?
Yeah. So, for example, if you go to the healing session, and then if it's a free session, great. That's a great opportunity. I might gonna go and get it, but probably you might gonna get what you put into the energy that you put into. If this healing session is 2 million Indonesian rupee, not US dollar, you might be healed instantly after the session because you put so much value. Because money at the end is it's just the energy, and you need a certain exchange of energy between, and that's what we are doing in the business. And when it comes to the business, of course, money exists. But ideally, it's just the exchange of the energy. We provide the food, we provide the space, we provide the good atmosphere and energy, and then in return, they will pay for that. Yeah.
Yeah. You told me earlier that this was, yeah, I think you said like your playground.
Yes.
And when you said that, I believed you with that smile and laughter. And I've seen this restaurant being built as well for some time, and how you play around here. But then you said something, and it had to do with money, like your key tip. You know, what was your secret of how business could be this joyous, fun thing? What was that? Would you like to share also with other people?
I don't remember the key things, but I never worked for money. And that could be the key thing, except for when I was working a short time for the telephone appointment something. But when it comes to my passion, which is cooking, I do it with my joy, and I never do it with for money. Even I ran many retreats before, but I just want to share that experience, and I want them to experience the life. That's the intention behind. And this place, my intention, now it's a playground, and I wanted to create a playground. And I had a long dream that I wanted to create the space. Doesn't have to be a cafe, a restaurant, but because I cook, it's just naturally it came to a restaurant. But I just imagined my friends just hang out and do whatever they want to do and play music, and I wanted to be the container. I wanted to create the container. And that was my dream. And then after 1 year of this thing's open, and then one day I looked at this place, and then people are doing yoga, people are actually napping, and then people are playing, did I say music? Playing music. And then I realized, oh, my dream came true. And that was like, that was the moment, moment. And now we build this academy so that we can run the training and courses and the parallel to the cafe, so that the people who comes to eat our food, and then if they want to get more inspired, they can learn more and they can take home. And this space is also my playground in a way that we can do any of the event. Dance, music, singing, movie. So that's where I'm at. I'm like, oh, what can we do next?
Yeah, that's a lot of play,
yeah.
So a big kindergarten called Sayuris, yeah. Oh, happy to hear what you realized that you had a dream, and all of a sudden you have an aha, it happened, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it hard work, you think, to build this Sayuris?
Depend how you look at the things.
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say. I mean, when I found this place, it was, this is it. I'm gonna take this place. I don't know how much it cost. I don't know how it takes, but this is it. That was like, this is this moment. That was really like, you know, it came into here. And so the decision making wasn't hard. I didn't have to think, oh, like I didn't have to financially, projection or anything. And I knew this is a place. Before that, I looked so many places and then nothing bad, nothing wrong, but I never say yes.
So you didn't do a budget or calculate that and things? It was just a big yes for you?
For this one, no.
Hmm.
And then, to open, it took me a while to reconstruction and all that. And of course, dealing with government, finding the best way to work with local people. Sometimes there is a challenge. But overall, I enjoy all the process.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Talking about, I would love to hear your perspective. You shared before that you never really experienced what we might call like old business or been in the corporate world. You quite early found your passion within food and started to share this within retreats and things. But you meet so many people in your educations and things that come maybe from big city environments, they come from corporate world. What do you see? What kind of image do you perceive from them when it comes to business and work and those things?
What do I see? Those business?
Yeah, what are their experience about business and work?
I think some people work for money so that they have
What happens then?
time to go and travel and spend money. What happens to them then?
Then they work for the money.
I'm not sure. Maybe they get stressed and have to find another purpose of life. Apart from what they're actually doing, apart from this, regardless, considering that you are actually spending so much of time into the work that you're doing, you have to think, you have to find something else. And I guess that's create a little friction and a little disconnection to your heart. What's your heart calls for?
What happens when there's a discrepancy between what you do and what your heart calls for? Do you have an experience that, or can you see it? Maybe you never experienced this in your life.
I think I did. I mean, I don't know what happens, but that's just a journey, Some people, that's just a chance. That's just another chance that even if you get depressed or if you feel unhappy, that might gonna happen, but it's not necessary. Some people are fully happy, just do what it's given, what they were given. I've seen it, and they go home and have family, and they just go repeat the things, and that's also beautiful. Which it's not my core, and it's just different, and I respect that too. But it's just another, but if you're not happy in that situation, it's just another great opportunity that maybe you will find something else. And that's why people can go step up and come to Ubud and experience all those new, things. Some people come to Raw Chef training because they want to change. They want something else. And it doesn't mean you want to become a raw food chef, but it's just a trigger and it's just a tool to find yourself and find what you're most passionate about.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So you see that when maybe there is a difference between what your heart says and what you do. If there's not, then it's fine. It's a beautiful journey, life journey. But if there is, and that creates some kind of unhappiness, stress, or things, it's just another beautiful thing. It's an opportunity to find something new or invite something new.
Yeah.
It's a good way to see it, yeah. And you see this, and I noticed this here in Ubud and Bali too. Many people come here for that reason. They make a very courageous thing. They make a break. Something is a bit destructive, doesn't serve them, and then they come maybe to your courses here to look for something new, inspiring, new health, new perspectives. Yeah. One last thing before we leave you for today. Do you know what your next dream is, or will you notice like next year or 2 years ahead? Aha, this is what I dream about. Or do you have a clear dream?
I think it's more personal things, not the business wise. It's gonna run. It has it's already its own entity. It's gonna evolve. I want to focus on my personal things and more time, and that's kind of next goal.
More time for yourself, you mean,
Yeah.
and your own personal. Okay. And the business is an own entity, and it will evolve the way it wants to evolve.
Yes.
Do I understand it correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna keep evolving. Evolving, but and I have so many ideas, of course. But I trust it, and it's gonna go to the right direction, wherever it goes. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, that's it for today, I think. Thank you, Sayuri, for sharing a little bit of your perspective on things and your journey.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and Conscious Business Community is a community we created together, and in a way it's a platform to define a new way of doing business, something that maybe is a contribution, even a contribution to a thriving ecosystem and all the individuals in it. We don't have to sacrifice ourselves or our well-being just in order to do business or share something of value with other human beings. So we don't have a member thing, but we have a fan club. You want to be a supporter, like what's it called? Facebook page, yeah. Facebook page, and or maybe subscribe to a newsletter. There are many other ways to get involved if you feel like this is something you want to support, but that's the way to make contact. Thank you so much.